Your faith moment for the morning. I was thinking about the time when Jesus got caught in a "I'm going to trap you in your words" confrontation with his leadership. And the net result of it was he looked at them and says, "Give me a coin." And they took a coin and they threw a coin. Right? Throw it back to me. See, I'm not as good as Jesus because he caught it. And he said to them, "Now, whose inscription is on this coin?" In the case of us, it says United States of America, somewhere on here. And there's a face of a president on it, right? Because we use our presidents as representations of our nation, and this is whose inscription's on it, right? Now, why is that important? What significance is it to me whether I have a hummingbird on here, or a president, or the words United States of America, or, made by Bilbo Baggins, or, what difference does it make? It's a medium of exchange. As long as we agree that this has any value to it, that's our medium of exchange. This could have been a rock with an X on it. And we'd have been trading rocks with X's on it. Right? But the issue is of a coin, and the inscription is, who's your faith in? Your faith is in the United States Mint of such and such. Pull up your dollar bill and read them. Treasury signed by this guy, authorized by this lady, mandated by this department, came out of this mint in such and such a place, and there's only a certain number of mints with little symbols for mints on them for your dollar bills. Those locations, those authentications, those verifications, and even how the very paper's made, determines your confidence in being able to walk up between us and say, "Here, debt covered. My faith is in that, tied to them, tied to those." You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is, money is a very good indicator of faith. So when they tempted him and said, "Whose inscription is on this coin?" they were not only saying, he was not only saying, "Who did you submit to?" he was also saying, "Who's your faith in?" Now this coin here, which I pulled up out of my library, out of my collectibles, my fun things, also has an inscription on it. And this inscription reads, here, you read it. I'm not wearing my glasses.
God bless America.
Other side.
He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. Psalms 91:2.
Thank you. See, if we were in the kingdom of God to start minting coinage, excuse me, that we would exchange it among ourselves, say, from now on, we disavow the United States of America, we disavow the United World Bank, we disavow anybody else out there, and because we're Christians, we decided that we're going to have our own coin. What would we do? We would put something like this on one side, and it wouldn't say "God bless America" on the other. It would have the face of Christ. It would have a cross. It might have a cloud. It might have a burning bush for decoration around the edges. It might have a dove. Get my drift here? See, the truth of the matter is, faith is founded on who you're believing in, and the coin then becomes the representation of your faith. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, consider for a moment a very large and heavy coin, minted, clearly in gold, with very special red lettering in here for somebody who died and bled all over the place, to guarantee us the worth of this coinage. This is our coin. This is the commodity we exchange among ourselves. Yeah. This is the thing we hold our faith up to. It's more real than this or that, or the dollar bill in the back of your pocket. You have to decide if this coinage means anything to you. Is this a medium of exchange between you and God? When God says to you, I require a sacrifice of you, do you look through the book to find out what the sacrifice is that's listed? This is our authentication, signed and sealed. And I'm not talking about the King James Version, folks. I'm talking about the book. I don't care what translation you read. You'll get 80% of your truths out of 80% of your translations 80% of the time because you only know 80% of the truth anyway. The value of this is between us and the kingdom that produced it. So do we have any faces on our coin? Yes, we do. Some of our mintage says Paul. Some of our mintage says Peter. Some of our mintage has Moses. Just different faces, just like the coinage we have in America. The different values. We call them minor prophets, major prophets. We call them Gospels. We call them New Testament. We call them epistles. We call them what you like. It's a medium of exchange. There are people in the world who spend their time knowing their medium of exchange. Some people only memorize the small books. Some people memorize the big books. Some people don't have a book to hang on to, but they know the value of the coinage. They know how to go to the spiritual bank. They know how to say, Lord, I don't have one of these in my hand right now, but if you would draw against my account pertaining to Ephesians chapter 6, such and such, and if you would call up Matthew 5:9 for me, and if you would bank me on Isaiah 61 or Psalm 91, would you just make that to my account? I guarantee you the coin's coming out of heaven just like that. Absolutely, positively, because that coinage has value to him who issued it. So, if you've got enough faith to believe in that thing in your back pocket and you're so wanting to hang on to it so badly, perhaps you should consider doing twice as much of that with the coinage that's been given to you in this coinage, because faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. But it doesn't mean it's not there. It just means you ain't seen it yet. So feel free. Exchange your commodity of exchange between one another. Become brokers of this currency. While you're at it, why don't you make interest off of it? Multiply it. Lay hands on people and enact upon it. And see if you invest it in somebody else, it doesn't come out 100-fold, 200-fold, 300-fold, 500-fold. That's what faith gets you. Faith in the coinage. Faith in the one who made the coinage. Whose inscription is upon the commodity you're exchanging with? Does it have your face on it? Or does it have his face on it? Consider your faith.